Okay, hello. Good evening, everyone. All right, so happy Friday. Welcome back to our lesson for June week 1. Okay, I know it's a holiday. I don't know about your school but there's only 2 of you here. Where's the rest? Okay, so yes, Ho and Yinqing, hello. So I know it's a holiday but our lesson is still as usual. All right. In fact, we are entering a new chapter today. All right, so we are going into chapter 4 today. Oh, sorry, chapter 5. Chapter 5. Sorry, I posted the wrong one. Okay, chapter 5. Hang on, let me download this real quick. So I hope you already received the physical notes. The physical note is chapter 5 and 6 because chapter 5 is a very short chapter. So we will finish this in 2 weeks. And of course, chapter 6 also very short. I will also finish in 2 weeks. So 2 very simple chapters, very easy chapter. Okay, so let's go into our chapter 5. Chapter 4, we have done it. Okay, we have finished chapter 4 already. Right, so let's look at chapter 5. Okay, very easy chapter. Very, I would say, yeah, easy because there's nothing to memorize here. Okay, 没有东西背的很简单的这一个。All right, so let's look at unit 5, which is our energy change. All right, energy change. So what is energy change? Whenever we do chemical reaction, okay, for example, okay, chemical reaction 什么是 chemical reaction? 就是化学反应。So every chemical reaction will have energy change. 每个化学反应都有能量上的变化的。Okay, what do I mean? Some reaction, they will produce energy, produce heat energy. Most of the energy you get from reaction is heat energy. 你会拿到热能 and some you will get it in light energy, but okay, not a lot, but mostly it's heat energy. All right, so some reaction, they will give out energy, okay, 它会出热能 and some they will suck energy, 它会吸热. So that's the 2 reaction we are going to learn. All right, so I don't know maybe you learned this in school already. All right, so for energy that produces energy, okay, that release energy to the surrounding, 释放能量we call it exothermic. All right, exothermic. And if I absorb energy, 我吸能量that is called endothermic. All right, endothermic. So that's the difference. So very easy to understand. Okay, in exothermic, exo means exit. Exo 就是出去. Okay, exit. So exothermic is when heat exit. Thermic is heat law. Thermometer. Thermometer, right? Thermometer is 温度计 okay, heat. So when you have thermometer, okay, thermic is heat. So in exothermic reaction, that's when heat exit the reaction. All right. So in exothermic reaction and processes, heat energy is given out. Okay, heat energy is given out. 释放热能. All right, produce heat energy. Okay, what can you think of this? Combustion, burning, 烧东西. When you burn, okay, let's say you take a piece of paper, you burn it, the surrounding gets hot, right? Because it release heat to the surrounding. 四周会变热，因为它把热能放出去So this reaction is called exothermic. Exo 出去 exit 嘛。All right. So next, endo is to suck energy So in endothermic reaction, endo means enter 进来。In endothermic reaction, okay, enter and heat reaction and processes, heat energy is taken in. So like I say so exo is going out, endo is going in. 这个叫吸热，一个是散热，一个是吸热。Okay, one will release heat, one will suck heat. Okay, absorb heat. So that's it. All right, this is a very simple chapter. So you have your exothermic and endothermic. All right, so let's look at them. Okay, very easy. So as you can see, exothermic is this one. Okay, exothermic. So can you see when you do this reaction heat goes out. 热能被放出去. So the surrounding becomes hot. 四周围变热啊 like you burn something. Okay, and then endothermic is when you suck heat from surrounding 啊，你们吸热 so this thing will become hot and the surrounding will become cold 啊，四周围变冷 very easy to understand. So as you can see here, heat energy absorbed into the system is less, not lesser. Okay, there's a typo here. So heat energy absorbed into the system is less than the heat energy released to the surrounding. What does it mean? That means I release energy, like I release more. So surrounding temperature increase, 四周围温度上升. That's the main point. All right, rise in the reading of thermometer. So 你的温度计就上升哦. Okay, exothermic. And then of course next, endo is the reverse lah. Heat energy absorbed into the system is more than the heat energy released to the surrounding. So they absorb heat more than they release. So surrounding temperature decrease, 四周围变冷. All right, so drop in the reading of thermometer. All right, so you might say, sir, if this is burning, then what is this? I can think of ice. You know, ice, when you take ice out from the fridge, your surrounding become cold, right? Ice will suck your heat. Okay, let's say you put ice on your hand becomes cold. The ice will melt. That is endothermic because they suck energy. 他们吸热能，冰块吸了你的热能，你的手就变冷哦。Okay, very easy. Okay, that's all. 一个散热，一个吸热。One is release energy, one is absorb energy. Exo, endo. They're as easy as you can get. All right, so let's look at some of the reactions lah. Okay, that's the remaining one are just the examples of exo and endo. All right, so I'm not gonna go too deep today lah, because a lot of people are not here. 很多人没有来今天 so I will try to. I know it's holiday lah. You are in a holiday mood right now, so it's okay. So I will just do something light today. All right, so like I said just now, exothermic, one of the best, the most easy way to know it's burning. Okay, 烧东西就是 exo 了咯. All right, so the exothermic reaction that is the most familiar to everyone is combustion. 你可以叫 combustion, 你可以叫 burning. There's two names for it. Okay, combustion is burning, burning is combustion. It's the same thing. It's just combustion is the scientific name. 这个叫燃烧. Okay, so when you burn something, when you burn charcoal, so many substances are burned to provide heat or light. They are called fuel. Okay, so when you burn something, if they give you energy, they are called fuels. 什么是 fuel? Fuel 就是燃料。Okay, 燃料。什么是燃料呢？你烧了燃料，你会拿到热能的。When you burn fuel, your surrounding becomes hot. All right, the hotter it gets, okay, guys, if a fuel makes your surrounding very hot, if they contain a lot of energy, that is a very good fuel. 就是说呢，你烧了这个 fuel 你烧了这个燃料它产生越多热能，它是一个越好的燃料。Okay, for example, coal. Sorry. There, you see? This one, so if you burn it, if they give you heat or light, 它给你热能或是光能，它就是燃料咯。So we have all these fuel, wood, wood 就是木 ，okay, wood, coal, coal 是煤炭。You know what is coal, right? You know it's 煤炭. This thing is used in your train. Last time train, they will use this coal. And then coke. Coke, what is coke? This is not Coca-Cola. Coke is a type of charcoal. Okay, coke and charcoal, they are almost the same. Charcoal is the one you use for barbecue. 木炭coal and charcoal 名字很像, the name is very similar, but they are different. Coal is from the ground, 煤炭. Charcoal is from wood, 它是从木来的，不一样。Okay, and then of course oil. Oil is, you know, when you burn oil, you get energy. Diesel, you put this in lorry. You know what's your diesel? Okay, next time when your dad goes to your petrol station, have you seen your dad pump petrol before? 你有看过你爸爸打油吗？ So you go to your petrol station, you will see 3 color 呢，那个枪有3个颜色got 3 color 呢。One gun is yellow, 黄色的 and one is green, 青色的 and another is black, 黑色的so usually if I'm not mistaken your dad will use the yellow one, right? 他会打黄色那只是不是that's the yellow and the green one. Okay, you are 15 this year, right? 2 more years later you can drive. Do you know that? 17岁你可以去考车了，所以不要打错油啊。So the yellow one and the green one, they are your petrol. Okay, our normal car will use petrol. 这个就是汽油。And then for lorry, for bus, for some expensive cars, they use diesel. Diesel 叫柴油，就是黑色那支枪的 black color one. Alright, do not put diesel into your car because your car will spoil. Your car will break down. 我们 normal 的汽车是不可以打 diesel 的啊，你的车是会坏掉的。Alright, and if you drive some BMW or some Mercedes, 有些 BMW 跟 Mercedes 哦，它是跑 diesel 的有些给 some. Alright, and of course natural gas, this is what your mom used to cook. 你妈咪是用这个煮菜的 natural gas, your cooking gas, and of course wax. Wax are in candles, right? So when you use candle, you're not burning the wick 你不是在烧那个蜡烛的绳子，你是在烧它的蜡，蜡才是它的燃料。Okay, so that's the wax. All right, so these are the examples of fuel. All right, so let's talk about wood and charcoal. Wood and coal. Okay, wood and coal. Like I said just now, the more energy a fuel has, the better they are as a fuel. 就是越多热能，它就是一个越好的燃料。All right, so you look at 100 years ago, when train they still use to burn, you know, last time train they used something called steam engine. Okay, steam engine 这个叫蒸汽机这是以前最古老的 engine. Then last time train they use this thing. Okay, can you see the front part, the red part? That's how they get the energy lah. They will burn fuel in front. 它前面会烧燃料，烧了嘞，它就会煮滚水。Can you see the up there? There's the yellow, the blue color one. That's the water 咯。所以那个滚水就会去推动它的 engine， 它的火车就可以走咯。So this thing will push the engine, and then the engine will go. Alright, so what can you use to burn? You can burn anything. You can burn paper, you can burn plastic, you can burn cloth. 你要烧什么鬼都可以的。Okay, anything. Okay, just a moment. Okay, yes, Ryan, hello. Good evening. Nice of you to join us. We are in a new chapter, by the way. We are in chapter 6. Wait, was it? Oh, sorry, chapter 5. Chapter 5. I hope you received your physical notes already. All right. This month, I already sent out the notes like 2 weeks earlier. All right. 2 weeks ago, they already sent out the notes. So by now, you should have received it, unless you live in a cave or something. Okay, or on top of a tree. I don't know. All right, so as I was saying, okay, we were talking about this chapter 5. Okay, you have 2 types of reaction. You have exothermic and endothermic. All right, so let's continue on this coal. All right, so can you see the front part of the train? 那个火车前面那边that's where you burn your fuel. 你的燃料就是丢去前面那边的。So why not burn? Okay, so you see last time what people use as fuel to make train move. 他们的火车是烧哪一个的 ？They use coal. Okay, they use coal. You might say, sir, why use coal 呢 ？Why not just use wood? 怎么不要去用木？木你砍了就有嘛，这个 coal 还要去挖。Because you see, coal has a few times more energy than wood. All right, what do I mean? Okay, so let's look. Okay, let's ask Google. Let's ask Google. Coal and wood energy difference. Okay, energy density. That's the energy density. So as you can see, read this. On average, coal has approximately twice the energy. Okay, twice the energy. That means let's say 100 grams of wood will give you maybe, I don't know, 400 joule of energy. 100 grams of coal will give you 800. They give you double the energy. 它给你双倍的 energy. You're carrying the same thing, but coal has more energy. This is why if you run a train company, okay, if you operate a train, 如果你是开火车公司的, you would use coal. This thing is so much better, twice more energy, you know. Twice more. All right, because it gives you more energy, so you save more space, 你更省空间. Your train can run longer. 你的火车可以走更远. All right. So why are we still using coal today? Do you know we still use coal today? Okay, I'm not in train lah. Your train uses electricity now. Coal is used in power station. 你的发电厂还在用 coal 的今天。Alright, you go to countries like Germany, like China, they still use coal. 他们还是这样煤炭的。Why? Because it has a lot of energy. Okay, there's nothing better than coal. 没有东西好过煤炭了的 ，unless you go nuclear 啦。That's another story. I mean, this is why we use nuclear because nuclear gives you even more energy. But we're not going to talk about nuclear today, right? So these are the few, these are the few, right? So when you burn them, when you burn all these, they give you heat. All right. So Ryan, we were just talking about this just now because they are exothermic reaction. That means they will release heat to the surrounding. Okay, they give out heat to the surrounding becomes hot, temperature increase. So burning is one of it. All right, so what do we use the heat for? Guys, heat has many use. 热能是很多功能的 okay, you can use it for what? Heat may be used to warm buildings. Okay, 如果你是在冬天国家 if you're in a winter country, this is very useful. I mean, we don't need this lah. I mean, Malaysia is so hot. So to cook meals, okay, for cooking, to make chemicals in industry, all right. Many things in industry you need heat, and of course turn water into steam to drive generator in power station. What is a generator? Generator is your 发电机, the thing you use to sometimes they call it dynamo. This is the thing there. This is the one they use it in your power station. Electricity generator. So how do they function? Can you see that big fan looking thing? 那个长得好像风扇这样的东西that thing is the turbine. Okay, the thing is the turbine. 华语叫螺旋桨. So that turbine, if you spin it, you will create electricity. 你去转它，你就可以发电了. So how do you spin that thing? Mostly is by steam. 用蒸汽去转这个东西. You use steam to spin this thing. All right, and then you use that's when they are spinning. So when you spin them, you create electricity. It's just like you cycling. Okay, it's just like you cycling. If you use those old school bicycle, in front there's a light, right? When you cycle, the light will turn on. That's the same thing because when you cycle, you turn the wheel, they create electricity. 你有踩轮子有转，它就会发出电，你的那个脚车的头灯就会亮咯。So it's the same thing. All right, so used to turn water into steam and to drive generator in power station. Right, some gases, oil and wax are burned in lamps to provide light. This was very long ago. Right. So last time we used something called oil lamp. Okay, oil lamp. I mean, we don't use this anymore lah. You see this in Harry Potter. I don't know. So this is oil lamp. 这个叫油灯. So inside there they put oil. 他们就是放油在里面. I mean, you don't use this anymore lah, because this is a terrible way to get light because the light energy is not a lot. Okay, 这个东西没有什么光的，你用这个来读书，你眼睛会盲掉。But last time this was all people had, okay, before the invention of light bulb. All right. So anyway, next, hydrocarbon. Okay, let's talk about hydrocarbon. Okay, this is our focus for fuel. Hydrocarbon is a type of fuel made of carbon and hydrogen. All right. This is our most common type of fuel. Okay, so you might say, sir, what is 什么是 hydrocarbon? Hydrocarbon 就是我们最喜欢用的燃料. This is our favorite fuel. You might say, sir, what is hydrocarbon? Hydrocarbon is your fossil fuel. You know, it's fossil fuel, 石化燃料. Last time, dead dinosaur, dead plants, and dead whatever, when they die, they go to the ground, and then after years and million years of pressure, they will turn into fossil fuel. All right? So, hydrocarbon is a fossil fuel. Right, wait. Fossil fuel is a hydrocarbon, sorry. I got it in reverse. 石化燃料就是 hydrocarbon. Okay, so what is fossil fuel? You have 3 types of fossil fuel. Okay, you have natural gas, the one you use for cooking, 你的煮菜 gas, petroleum, the one in our car, and of course coal, 煤炭. Okay, they are examples of hydrocarbon. All right, so I think I mentioned this last year. If you still remember last year, I mean, if you are here last year, so 我去年讲过了的 fossil fuel nowadays our earth we are still 80% using fossil fuel. 你的能量80% 都是 fossil fuel 来的. For example, what do you use energy for? Your car needs energy. All right, your houses, you use electricity. 80% of the energy comes from fossil fuel. All right, that means even if you don't drive, 你不要驾车you don't drive you don't use petrol do you know the electricity in your house they still use petrol 你家里的电也是用 fossil fuel 的，因为我们国家的电就是从 fossil fuel 来的。Okay, our energy all comes from fossil fuel. 80% of our energy still come from fossil fuel. Right? This is why pollution is so serious because we cannot stop using fossil fuel. All right? So 这个就是污染的来源哦。If we can stop using fossil fuel, we will reduce the pollution by a lot. All right. So you might say, then, sir, why don't we stop using fossil fuel? You see, that's the thing. We cannot stop using fossil fuel. Can you stop using electricity? Can transport stop moving? Can planes stop flying? All right. Can ships stop moving? No, you cannot. 这些东西都要动的, so you have to use fossil fuel. So there's no choice. All right. So when fuel burns, carbon dioxide and water are produced. This process gives out heat energy. This is why this is an exothermic reaction. 它是一个 exothermic 反应咯，因为它释放热能咯。So I think you learn this in like year 7 already. When you take fuel and oxygen, you add it together, 你燃烧它们, you will get carbon dioxide, water, and energy. This thing happens in your car. All right, this thing happens in your car. 你的车就在做这个东西. You put petrol in your car, right? 你爸爸有打油的吗? You put petrol in your car, right? And then your car sucks in oxygen, right? The front part of your car will suck in oxygen. And then from the exhaust pipe 你的车不是有一个排气管的? The exhaust pipe. Okay, tomorrow morning or whatever okay, if your dad starts his car, go behind the exhaust pipe and look. I mean, you cannot see carbon dioxide, but you will see water. You will see water dripping out from the exhaust pipe. 你的排气管有水滴出来的 because combustion produce water. All right, and the gas that you cannot see, that's the carbon dioxide even when you put your hand there okay, let's say this is the exhaust pipe you have exhaust coming out you put your hand here after for like 10 seconds and then you touch your hand it feels wet. 你的手是湿湿的，因为有 water 咯. So this energy is used to move your car. All right, this is how your car engine they produce energy. So you use this energy to move All right, even just now our what was it just now? The train. Okay, the train. Where was it? There the steam engine. They do the same thing. They do the same thing. So this thing they do the same thing. 这个东西也是燃烧so engine All right, so this is how you use your fuel so fuel, as you can see, these are fuel. Okay, so fuel, when you burn them, they produce energy. So this is an exothermic reaction. 他们在释放能量, they give out energy to the surrounding. Okay, they give energy to around you. So very easy So let's look at something called incomplete combustion. Okay, let's look at something called incomplete combustion. 不完整的燃烧. Okay, 不完整Okay, what does it mean? When you burn fuel completely, you get carbon dioxide, water, and energy only. This is a good thing. But let me ask you, is there perfection in this world? 这个世界上有完美的东西的咩？没有的。Your car, your whatever car you drive however good the company is, I don't care whether they are Toyota, they are BMW, they are Mercedes or Audi, whatever, 我管它是什么车的公司your engine will never do complete combustion. 你的车是不会完全烧完 fuel 的。There will be a little bit of incomplete combustion. 就是讲呢，你的车呢会有做一点点的不完整燃烧的。All right, so this is a very bad thing. Why? Because if there is insufficient oxygen, okay, if there's not enough oxygen to support complete combustion, incomplete combustion takes place. 不完整的燃烧就发生了。All right, you may say, what is this? All right, as you can see, fuel and oxygen, just now, same as just now, right? Fuel and oxygen, right? Now, if you don't have enough oxygen, 现在你不够 oxygen. 它在烧东西，你没有给够的 oxygen 它 so you will not get carbon dioxide, you will get carbon monoxide. Now, what is this? 这个东西叫二氧化碳，这个叫一氧化碳 carbon monoxide. And as you learned last year in your heart chapter, monoxide, this thing is a poison. 一氧化碳是很毒的哈。This is how you die. Alright, so do you know some people they commit suicide in a car? 有些人是用车去自杀的。I'm not sure whether you heard of this before. They tell you not to sleep in a car with the engine on. 你要在车上睡觉，不要 start the engine. Why? Because when you start the engine while you sleep, because you need the aircon, so the engine will keep running. As the engine keeps running, they will do some incomplete combustion. 有一点点的 incomplete combustion, and this carbon monoxide will be produced. 你的车就会开始产生一氧化碳了。And then this carbon monoxide will come in from the aircon. 它会从你的 aircon 吹进来。So when you absorb this thing in, that's how you die. Okay, that's how you die. You see, I don't know whether you have seen the news before. There are cases like this. People sleep in their car with the engine on. The next morning, they open the car door and found the person dead. 那个人就死在车里面，睡觉睡到死掉。Because they kept the engine started and then they run the aircon. So please don't do that. If you want to sleep in a car, sleep with the engine off. All right, you must say, sir, but it's very hot. Do you want to die? All right, so this is how it kills you. Carbon monoxide. 你看那种烧炭自杀的人也是这样子的。You know, they kill themselves by burning charcoal. Okay, if you close yourself in a room, without any window, closing the door and everything, if you start burning charcoal, this is how you kill yourself also. Because when you burn charcoal, charcoal will also do incomplete combustion. 你烧炭它也是有 incomplete combustion 的。世界上是没有 complete combustion 的，很少。Okay, you don't get 100% clean combustion. You don't get 100% incomplete complete combustion. So this charcoal, they will also start producing carbon monoxide. 你的碳就会开始出一氧化碳了。所以有些人就是这样自杀的咯。他关自己在房间，他烧炭，然后他吸 carbon monoxide 死了。Okay, they close themselves in a room, they burn charcoal, they kill themselves using carbon monoxide. This is what we call carbon monoxide poisoning. Alright, please don't do that, guys. Please don't do that. Alright, I know. If you feel like killing yourself, please seek help. Okay, 去找人家讲话，去找心理医生。Okay, anyway, so what is this carbon? This carbon is actually called soot. You know what is soot? 你们懂什么是 soot 吗？ Okay, sometimes when you burn something, it creates this black color stuff. I don't know whether you've seen it before. 这个东西就叫 soot. Soot 咯。Okay, soot. 有时你煮饭你烧东西呢，the black color stuff in your exhaust pipe 在你的排气管那个黑黑的东西，那个就是 soot. So that's the carbon That's the carbon. So when you don't burn your fuel completely, you will get two very bad things. You will get carbon monoxide and then you will get soot, which is the carbon. Of course, you still get water and energy but these two, they are not very good. 这两个是不好的东西来的。Alright, so how do you make sure combustion is complete? You can't. There is no 100% combustion in the world. No. There will be a little bit of incomplete combustion. 世界上是没有完美的。你有考试每次考100分咩？你一定是有 incomplete 的嘛？是不是？可能你考96分，这样你厉害咯， you have 4 more marks 咯。Okay, maybe. Alright. Anyway, so next, carbon monoxide is a very dangerous chemical by produced by incomplete combustion. It is produced in car engine, like I told you, don't sleep with your engine on, and it is released in the exhaust fume. 就是从你的排气管排出来的。So, you know what's the dangerous thing? Carbon monoxide. Okay, let's look at the next point. Carbon monoxide is colorless, odorless. 你的 carbon monoxide 是没有颜色的，它是没有嗅味的。Okay, 没有嗅味的。That means carbon monoxide, you will never see it, you will never smell it. Alright, so you do not know when it is being produced. If it is breathed in, it stops the blood taking up oxygen. It binds strongly to hemoglobin. This might lead to death. Okay, let me explain this. All right, carbon monoxide, you will never know because it has no color, it has no smell, it has nothing. So even when you inhale carbon monoxide, you will never know. You know what else? You know what else has carbon monoxide? Cigarette. 香烟是很多一氧化碳的，所以其实抽烟的人他就是在中毒。People who smoke, they are actually poisoning themselves. Then you say, then so why do they do it? I don't know. Why would you spend money to poison yourself with carbon monoxide? You should ask the smokers. I don't smoke. Okay, so I don't know. All All right. So if it is breathed in, what happens when you how do carbon monoxide kill you? 一氧化碳是怎样 kill 你的 ？Okay, you know your red blood cell, right? Okay, you know your red blood cell, right? 这个叫你的红血球，你的this is in year 8OK, 你的红血球里面有一个东西叫 hemoglobin。OK, this is in your red blood cell， 华语叫血红素。OK, 血红素you have something called hemoglobin. Alright, this thing their function is to take oxygen. If you still remember last year, when red blood cell goes to your lung, okay, quick revision 如果你的红血球去到你的肺 goes to your lung, it will take oxygen. This hemoglobin will take oxygen. 它会拿氧气 And then when it goes to your body cell, like your brain, your muscle 它去到你的身体的 cell, 它就会给氧气你 They will give oxygen to you. And then now the hemoglobin will do the same thing again. They will go to the lungs, take oxygen, go to your body cell, give you oxygen. So you see, hemoglobin is very important in carrying oxygen. 这个就是这个 hemoglobin 帮你载氧气的。What if today you have carbon monoxide in your body? Carbon monoxide will bind to this carbon monoxide is CO This carbon monoxide will bind to your hemoglobin very strongly. 这个 carbon monoxide 你就想象它好像一个很 strong 的夹子这样，它会把你的 hemoglobin 夹住，它把它咬住。So this carbon monoxide will bind strongly to the hemoglobin. So now your hemoglobin cannot carry anything. Cannot carry anything. 你的血红素就变成是废了的，它什么都载不到。So now this hemoglobin cannot take oxygen. Okay, cannot take oxygen, cannot give oxygen. They can only carry this carbon monoxide around. Right? So now your blood oxygen will start to decrease. Okay, and if they keep decreasing until a point very low, then you die 啦。你的血的氧气就一直跌到你死为止咯。Alright, there's a way to measure this. Alright, do you know something called the SpO2? 你们知道这个是什么吗？你们这个是什么吗？那个叫做 blood oxygen meter. I don't know whether you have this at home. Okay, blood oxygen meter. That's the thing lah. 那是 COVID 的时候then we buy this thing, right? They click on your finger they will tell you how much oxygen you have. Right there, you see? Can you see the SpO2? If you are not exercising and you don't smoke, you are healthy. Your SpO2 is almost 100. 你的 hemoglobin 是满氧气，每 100% 的，or 98啦。Alright, but if you start to inhale carbon monoxide, 你开始抽烟吸一氧化碳这个 SpO2 就会跌。Okay, because your hemoglobin cannot carry oxygen 你的 hemoglobin 载不到氧气所以那个 SpO2 就会跌咯，那个 SpO2 就会跌咯。So that's why when you lack oxygen, you start to go breathless. 你就开始呼吸很重So this is why carbon monoxide is very, very dangerous. Alright, you will never know when you get it. 所以为什么有些人在车上睡觉睡到死掉 Okay, they die in the car by sleeping because they don't know. They don't know. They just sleep, and then as there's more carbon monoxide, they just don't know. They just sleep, and then they die. 他就睡到死掉，他也不知道。因为它没有眼，它没有味道，没有颜色，什么鬼都没有，你 feel 不到了 ，you don't feel anything, right? So this might lead to death Alright, so be careful of carbon monoxide guys. Like I said, do not sleep in a car with the aircon on. Alright, please switch it off, or you can why not just sleep in a room? Okay, 不要在车上睡觉不要开冷气睡觉Okay, start 最 engine 就不是好事了。Okay, so anyway, let's look at our energy just now So how do you measure energy? How do you measure energy in field? Alright, so like I said different field. Okay, just now this is what I was talking about just now. So let's look at fuel. These are fuel. 这些都是燃料。Okay, so which is the best fuel? Which is the best fuel? As you can see, natural gas is awesome. 你看你的煮菜 gas you know that cooking gas in your house, your mom uses this to cook, right? Just a moment. Why is someone coming in? Yes, hello, Sean. Have I seen you before? Have I seen you before? Are you a new student? Wow, 7:36 already. Okay, anyway, if you are new here, then welcome. Okay, better than you not coming. All right, anyway, so as I was saying just now, your fuel, okay, we are in chapter 6, by the way. All right, okay, your fuel, 你的燃料we have all this energy. Okay, as you can see, your sugar, the sugar you eat has not much energy. 糖分没有什么能量的，石榴罢了。Okay, this is why you say, if you ask me, sir, can we use sugar to make car run? 我们可以拿糖去，我们可以烧糖给车走，没有啊？可以，可是它才10，你用这样少能量来做梦？Why would you use so little energy? All right, and if you look at wood, wood is no better. Wood is 22. This is why we don't burn wood. I mean, when you barbecue, okay lah. You just want some wood, okay? But usually, when it comes to car or train, 我们是不会去烧 wood 的 because wood has very little energy. Okay, very little energy. Okay, if you ask me, sir, what is coke? Coke 不是 Coca-Cola 咩？No, Coke is not Coca-Cola. Coke is this thing. Okay, Coke is this thing. This is your Coke. All right, as you can see, they are quite similar to charcoal. 他们跟那个木炭是很像。You know, charcoal you use for barbecue, they kind of look like this thing, isn't it? So this is your coal. They are better. Okay, they are 32, but no better than coal. You see, coal is the best. Coal is 34. 你的煤炭是34. That's why many countries they use them for energy. All right. If you go to China, their power station they will use coal. They will use coal. 你去中国他们的发电厂就是烧煤炭的。All right, because what? Because coal is this thing is stupid cheap, man. Really, really cheap, but it's not very good for the environment lah. Like I told you before, you see when you burn coal okay, just now I talked about combustion, right? When you burn coal there's a lot of incomplete combustion. 你烧煤炭有很多燃烧是不完整的 so you will be producing a lot of soot. All right, and if this soot is in the air, 如果这个 carbon 跑 soot 是那个黑黑的东西吗 the black stuff, right? If it is in the air, you'll form something called haze. You know what is haze? 你们知道什么是烟霾吗 You know what is haze, right? Our neighbor Indonesia, they love doing this one. Right, every year Malaysia around July or August you will get all this smoke around. I believe in your primary school you still remember, right? Every year around July or August your school will stop for a few days because there's too much smoke around you that is not healthy for breathing. Okay, 呼吸不到嘛就停课咯so that's the soot lah. That's the soot. All right, so this is what happens when you burn charcoal. Okay, if you go to Beijing City Line okay, Beijing haze. In winter 在冬天的时候Beijing will look like this. There, can you see? Why is this so many haze there? Because they have to burn coal lah. They have to burn coal lah. Why, you may ask? Because in Beijing, okay, Beijing, like this one I mentioned this many times already. Right, in Beijing during winter 冬天的时候Beijing 是很冷的 okay, that's like what 4 degrees in the morning, okay, -4 at night, so it's really stupid cold, 很冷的 so what happened? Every house they need to switch on something called a heater, an electric heater. 他们家里要开暖气，你懂什么是暖气吗？它就好像你的 aircon 这样okay, it's just like your aircon blows cold air, right? Their heater will blow hot air. So imagine since it's so cold everywhere, every house need to switch on heater. 每一间家都要开 heater 的 So what happened? That means the whole city they need a lot of electricity. 每一间家都在开 heater, 你想象他们要几多的电 So no choice咯. The power station 他们的发电厂就要烧很多的 coal 去给他们电 They have to burn so much coal to give them electricity. This is why they produce all this soot lah. Like I said, when you burn coal, you produce carbon, which is the soot. And if you have a lot of soot in the air, this is what you get. All right, this is what you get. That's why I say fossil fuel is bad. All right, 石化燃料是很不好，对大自然是很不好的。But no, we have no choice. We have to use this. You might say, sir, why don't Beijing just start using nuclear? I agree. Why don't they start using nuclear? Maybe in the future, but you see, nuclear is not as easy as you think. All right, so for the time being for now they just have to stick with coal. 他们只是可以用 coal 咯，没有办法咯。我们 Malaysia 也是这样 okay, we are no better. All right, so anyway, so this is why they use coal because coal is very cheap. What is oil? Oil is actually what the Americans, they call it. This is actually petrol. Okay, petrol. This is why we use petrol in our car, you see, because petrol gives you more energy. Okay, and of course, natural gas are your cooking gas. 你妈咪煮菜的那个 gas, that cooking gas is 56. A lot of energy. Okay, that's a lot of energy. This is why we don't use wood. All right, you might say, sir, why don't we burn wood to get energy? As you can see, wood doesn't produce a lot of energy. Hey, your petrol is twice the energy, you know. Same weight, twice the energy. 一样的重量，双倍的 energy 嘞，怎么不要用 oil 嘞？ Right, you see, but that's why burning wood is not a very smart thing to do. There's not much energy inside. 没有什么能量的，你烧 wood 没有用的。All right, so this is how you get energy from. Okay, these are the energy in the field. All right, so how do we measure energy in the field? Very easy, we just burn them lah. So the energy in the field can be found by collecting the heat energy released from burning field and measuring it. 就是你去烧它 you burn coal and then you collect the energy, you measure how much they are. All right, so you can do this by using something called a calorimeter. What is this? This is your calorimeter. Your calorimeter. All right, so mostly this is used to measure your food. Okay, you look at your bread packaging you know your bread 面包你有吃面包的吗？你的面包不是有那个 gardenia 那个 plastic 的you go and read the plastic, they will tell you 2 pieces of bread gives you 150 calories. That's the energy. That means eating 2 pieces of bread, you get 150 energy. And then you start thinking, how do they know? 他又懂2片面包有150 calorie. That's what they put it in this calorimeter lah. Okay, so every food you buy from 7-Eleven they have this food label one. They will tell you, how much energy is inside. 是吗？你喝 Coca-Cola you drink 100 plus whatever you eat potato chips they have the food packaging say, eating how much you get how much energy. So this is how they measure lah, right? So this is the calorimeter. Okay, so anyway, so for those who just came in okay, for those who just came in like just now Ryan and Sean, let me repeat this again so this is chapter 5 unit 5. Okay, energy change 这一课叫做 energy change. So when you do a chemical reaction, there are 2 types of energy change. When you do a chemical reaction, if they release energy, 它们释放能量this is called exothermic, because exo means exit, the energy exit, 它释放能量. All right, and if they suck in energy, okay, this is called endothermic, because enter, endo is enter. All right, so if you have exothermic reaction, the surrounding temperature will increase. The surrounding becomes hot. Like just now I said, combustion, burning, this is exothermic. Because when you burn paper, you burn wood, you burn coal, you burn petrol, whatever you burn, the surrounding becomes hot, right? Okay, 你烧东西四周一定是热的嘛, so this thing is an exothermic, okay, because the surrounding is hot. And then if it is endothermic, the surrounding becomes cold. Right? You might say, sir, got endothermic one man? You see, if you notice, everything around you is exothermic, right? For example, your PC, okay, any of you do any gaming here? Any of you do any gaming here? If you use some very high grade graphic card, like 3080 Ti or something, and if you play some high graphic game, you crank, you put all the setting, your graphic setting to max, I'm sure your computer is hot as shit. Okay, your computer is like a heater. 你的电脑像 heater 这样 ，OK， 那个风扇一直在转，然后你的房间就热到要死。OK, that thing is exothermic. Okay, your computer is exothermic. Everything is exothermic. When you're charging your phone, your battery gets hot, exothermic. Your fridge is exothermic because your fridge is hot. Okay, your TV is exothermic. Everything around is actually exothermic. Your car is exothermic because your car do burning one. Your car burn petrol so your car is exothermic. Everything around is exothermic. So you must say, sir, got endothermic one, man? Got very little. Okay, so one of it I can think of, we should go into that next week. One of it is your cold pack. It's not mentioned here. You know, it's your cold pack. Have you heard of what is a cold pack? I don't know whether you've seen this thing before. Cold pack. Cold pack is when you get injured. They sell this thing in pharmacy. Have you seen this before? Have you seen this before? Okay, so this thing is like normal temperature, but if you crack them, okay, you have to press them hard. When you press them, this thing will start to become very cold. So inside is endothermic because they absorb energy, so the surrounding becomes cold. So you can put it on your wound. Okay, if you get injured, you put your cold pack. All right, please use cold pack, guys. Please use cold pack. 你受伤了去用 cold pack. Please don't just press. Don't do that. This is actually the proper way to do it. Right. So this is your exothermic reaction. Okay, your exothermic reaction. You know what? We have like 10 more minutes left. And some students are not here, mostly because of holiday lah. Everyone is in holiday mode right now. I know you are too. Okay, I think mostly you guys either you didn't go for holiday or you just came back from holiday. I don't know lah. This holiday luckily I did not go anywhere because it's traffic jam anywhere. Okay, everywhere. Anyone of you went back to kampong or went to any place for vacation? It's basically traffic jam everywhere. Okay, 塞车还要多过你去玩 so I don't know what's the point lah. Okay, anyway, so let's go to exercise lah. We'll leave some of it for next week because many people are not here. I'll be repeating the same thing again next week. All right, so let's look at question 1. This is page 4. Wow, this note only has 3 pages. All right, so anyway, let's look at number 1. Fill in the blanks with words endothermic reaction or exothermic reaction. Okay, very easy. Exo means exit. Okay, give out energy. Endo means enter. When they suck in energy. Okay, so number 1. Obviously, this is burning, right? 烧东西, right? The surrounding becomes hot, right? So this is exo. Okay, exo. Because surrounding becomes hot, ma. Okay, next. You might say, sir, what is this? This is actually your photosynthesis. All right, photosynthesis. You will start to ask, sir, then photosynthesis, or is it endo or exo? This one I have to ask you. Is it endo or exo? You don't know, right? When you do photosynthesis, sir, the surrounding also don't become hot or cold. So photosynthesis, they do nothing. All right, this one very easy. You see, photosynthesis, they absorb energy from the sun, right? They stand under the sun, they absorb energy from the sun. When they absorb energy, when energy goes in, enter, so that's your endo lah. All right, so photosynthesis 光合作用其实是 endo 来的 because they absorb energy. All right, next C, this is respiration. You are doing respiration, right? 呼吸. So this is exo. Exo. Why? Because a respiration is to give you energy. 你从食物释放能量. You release energy from food. That's why this is exo. Guys, you do respiration to keep your body warm. Right? Right? Why is your body warm? Because it's exo lah. Have you noticed this, guys? When you eat a lunch, or okay, after you finish a meal, you will start to sweat. Have you noticed this? Let's say you're very hungry, you're in an aircon room, you feel very cold. And then after you go out for lunch, you come back, you feel like it's not so hot, it's not so cold anymore. Because when you give food to your body, they do more respiration, and then you release more heat, more exo, so it becomes hotter lah. So that's why eating makes you hot. 你有发现到吃东西你很热的嘛？你冷，你去吃东西你就不冷了。So because it's exo. All right. Anyway, next D. This is cooking. Okay, cooking. All right, cooking is endo. Why? Because the food absorbs energy. Right? You use fire, okay, or use heat or whatever. When you put heat to the food will absorb the heat. So when food absorbs heat, okay, this is endo lah. Okay, so next C, firecracker. This is same as burning, so this is exo also. Okay, exo. And then ice, like I told you, when you put ice on your hand, it absorbs energy from the surroundings, so your hand becomes cold. So this is endo lah. Okay, absorb energy one. So as you can see, all these endo yes, endo means the surrounding becomes cold, but not necessarily. 未必是 surrounding cold. As long as they absorb energy, that's your endo. All right, simple. Okay, next, moving on. B, define the following types of chemical reaction. Oh, sorry, this should be down here. So what is endothermic reaction? Okay, it is a reaction that absorbs energy from surrounding. Okay, absorb energy from surrounding. Or you can say like here lah, heat energy is taken in. 哎呀，随便啦 absorb means taken in law, same thing, right? So it absorbs energy. So what about exothermic? Okay, it's the reverse lah. It's a reaction. It's a reaction that releases energy to surrounding. Okay, it release energy to surrounding, just like your burning, just like your combustion. This is how you keep your surrounding hot. All right. Hey, that's it about this chapter, you know. It's just endo and exo. 细热, 散热. The rest of it is just example. That's why I say this is a very easy chapter. Okay, I can actually finish this in 1 week, but many people are not here today. Okay, usually we have like 6 or 7. Don't know where those monkeys went. Mostly it's holiday. Okay, so I hope this holiday treated you well. Okay, I didn't get any holiday. I just continue my lesson. Okay, so next number 2, the diagram below describes the exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction. So as you can see, this is definitely exo, because energy is going out. Okay, exo is exit ma. Not the Korean band. You know there's a Korean band called EXO. Okay, it actually means exit. Okay, so this is endo. Okay, endo, that means they absorb energy. Okay, 细热，一个是散热，一个是吸热。Alright, so based on the above diagram, determine whether the statement given is true or false. Write your answer in the space provided. Ignore the BM, guys, because like I said, most of my books are duolingual. Okay, 我的书是双语的。So reaction X is exothermic. So is this exothermic? Yes, it is. So true. Right, this is page 5. And then next, the heat is released into the environment in reaction X. So do they release? Do they release? Yes, they do. Okay, so it's true. All right, so for Sean and Ryan, I don't know whether you guys received your notes already or not, because you guys are quite new. If you haven't received your notes, please get it from Google Classroom. Okay, I posted the soft copy there. You can use the one for now, right? Because usually the time they take to deliver it to you, it would take like, I don't know, 1 or 2 weeks. There has been some delay lately There's been some delay lately, so I hope you receive your physical notes by now. All right, so number 3, the temperature of the environment, sorry, there's a typo here, will decrease in reaction X. Okay, so that means our surrounding temperature decrease. No, surrounding temperature increase, because I release heat, so surrounding becomes hot lah. When you put receive already, okay, that's a good thing. So when you put hot water on a table, around you becomes hot, right? So release loh. So this is false. Okay, so next, number 4, the heat is absorbed into environment, absorbed from the environment, sorry. Wow, this is a terrible word. What's with the English? So absorb from the environment in reaction Y. Yes, they absorb. So this is endo. So true. Wow, so many true. So number 5, the temperature of the environment will increase in reaction Y. So surrounding, no, they will actually decrease. They become cold. Right, so this is false. Okay, so just imagine this. This is hot water, so surrounding becomes hot. This is cold water, surrounding becomes cold. Easy. Okay, so let's finish this question 3. Hang on, how many questions do we have? Okay, we have like, okay, so anyway, let's look at question 3. Complete the table below to show the difference between endothermic and exothermic reaction. So endothermic is when they absorb heat. Like I said, endo, enter. Exo is when they release heat. Okay, 释放热能release heat. Okay, hey, when you are very hot, you jump into a swimming pool. When you go shower, the thing is exo also, because you release water, you release heat to the water, so you become cold. So that's exo also. So release heat lor. So surrounding temperature, where they will increase because I release heat to surrounding, they become hot. And then endothermic is when it decreases. Okay, they become cold. All right, so the change of energy from heat to chemical, from chemical to heat, you might say, sir, what is this? Okay, this is not that hard to understand. All right, you see, exothermic is, for example, when you burn your fuel, right? You burn petrol, right? Petrol is chemical energy. Food is chemical energy. When you eat your food, your body turns it to heat, right? When you eat, you become warm. So it changes from chemical to heat. So what about this? Endo is the reverse lah. Endo is the reverse. For example, your photosynthesis, like just now, you see, they absorb energy from surrounding and then they change it to chemical, right? They change it to glucose, right? That's why plants, they produce sugar after photosynthesis because they absorb energy and they change it into sugar. So it's the same. All right, so you know what? I think I'm gonna stop here because the next one, this will require some explanation next week. All right, so I think I will stop around here. I mean, there's not many students here also. If I go too fast, next week I have to repeat the same thing again. All right, so and it's holiday too. All right, so I will let you guys go here lah. So guys, thanks for coming, and remember our class starts at 7. So Ryan and John, please try to be punctual. Okay, if not, you're like halfway inside the cinema already. Like I said, Thanos already come out. Only you come into the cinema, then what's happening next? Okay, you're like blur already. Okay, so just try to be punctual. Okay, so anyway, I think I'm gonna stop here. So I will see you guys again the same time next week. All right, so hope you have a happy Friday, happy holiday. I will see you next week. All right, so see you. Good night. Take care and bye-bye.